Hey, it's Game Hydro. We're playing Kingdom Rush Battles today. It's a new entry in the Kingdom Rush franchise, obviously. So, this is a player versus player tower defense game. It's kind of a unique concept in mobile gaming. I mean, tower defense isn't unique, but you don't really see it too often put as player versus player. So, it is kind of interesting. We're going to go over some tips and tricks for it. So, obviously, upgrading your cards, grinding, battling is going to be a big part of the game. So, obviously, you want to upgrade the ones that are in your active party, but in order to level up, you're also going to need to upgrade the ones that are not in your active party. So, right now, I don't have any to upgrade that are outside my active party. They're all in my active party, so let's level those up. Now, if you ever want to look at the stats for any particular card, I'm going to use an example here for the Barbarian Meadhall, which is a type of barrack. Scroll down and you'll see what the stats are, even if you don't intend on leveling up. So you can see the health, the minimum damage, the maximum damage, and the Meadhall. I like using that one because the Barbarians do a really high amount of damage. And because they throw the axes instead of just swinging them, they can do damage to flying troops also. Level that thing up. You can see the stat increases there. Now we got the reinforcements. That is one of the skills. We'll go over the skills in a second, but that's one of my favorite skills to use is, let's see, increase the health and increase the damage. Level up. That one cost a ridiculous amount of coins because it's being leveled all the way up to 6, but that's okay. So, heroes. So you generally have a few types of heroes. You've got, or not heroes, towers, sorry. You got a few types of towers. You got the ranged type of tower, in this case, the archer tower, and the one that we have equipped, which is Royal Archers. It's a more rare version. Ranged Dwarven Artillery is an artillery type. Now, an artillery type fires explosive shots that can do splash damage. These ones are extraordinarily valuable. You got the Archmage, which is a magic type. Magic types tend to fire magical shots. Sometimes they do splash damage, sometimes they don't. But they do large amounts of ranged damage. And then, of course, like we went over before, the barracks, those have their own set of warriors that come out of the barracks and do whatever kind of damage they do. Some of them do melee damage, some of them do range damage. Not sure any of them do splash damage, but if you do find one that does splash damage, that could be an extremely valuable one. Skills-wise, you got a whole bunch of different types of skills. For example, the basic Rain of Fire skill, it's just a straightforward, no-nonsense damage-dealing skill. Reinforcements, I like this one because it sends out troops similarly to how the barracks send out troops, except you can kind of choose where to put them. Now, they're only there temporarily, but you can move them around, do whatever you want with them. And then you got other types too. That's another damage type. I like the damage types because I'm pretty no-nonsense myself. But utility types, they tend to either give you buffs or debuffs for the enemy. Lightning Stun will freeze the enemy in their tracks, so obviously that one is a pretty effective debuffer. And then the teleportation one teleports enemies backwards if they cross it. That one's pretty useful. I don't tend to use that one, but that one's particularly useful. All right, so getting more chests. So after you unlock a certain number of chests, it's going to take a few hours, like 3 hours, 2 hours, for the chests to become available to you again. You can either spend gems rather, to make them available again, or you can just wait it out, or you can set the date and time ahead on your phone. You can try that, see if it works for you. Let's see. This treasure chest button in the middle, that is essentially the battle pass that unlocks at different trophy amounts. So as you move up, obviously you unlock more arenas, but you get more prizes, including free gems, which is extraordinarily rare in this game. You got chests full of cards, some rares, some epics are mixed in there. And as you unlock more arenas, you'll unlock more different types of cards, typically of a higher rarity. You'll also unlock them as you gain experience levels. All right, let's go. First of all, do the events as often as you possibly can. You unlock them as you go through the game, and with ones like the Summon Rift, you can earn rare prizes such as rare cards that you normally wouldn't easily be able to earn anywhere else. And then, of course, missions. That's a good way to get free stuff. But without further ado, let's go into the battles instead, talk strategy. And obviously you can hit cancel at any time. Most of these opponents are bots, so I don't know why it goes through the whole searching for opponent ritual. Some of them are not bots, some of them are real players, but a lot of them are bots. You can tell which ones are bots because they will be a 2-word name with no space in between, typically. Here, I like to flood the zone with new enemies. All right, so where's the exit? Exit is over here. I've got the hero who's an archer, so I'm going to put her behind the barbarians and use them as tanks, kind of, and put an artillery right here. Now, use your skills as often as you can. You do not get any points for holding your skills back and saving them, so boom, I'm going to hit this dude. A lot of damage dealt right there. Now I can build some more stuff. And you can see some skills tend to refresh surprisingly quickly. All right. This dragon, this is one of the dudes that the other player put on my screen. Now, you're going to win some and lose some in this game. The important thing is to keep going and to make adjustments as needed. Pick a booster. I am going to spawn magic golems on them. I like doing the orc shaman because it has a pretty long range attack, and sometimes it'll just stand there and wreck the opponent's melee character. All right, we got these coin guys. Use your skills on these coin guys in order to get a lot of coins fast so you can build towers really quickly. The faster you can build towers, the better. You want to fill up the zone really quickly. Let's see here. I'm going to upgrade this dude. Obviously, you want to continue upgrading your towers as you earn the coins to do so. Once you get past 3 upgrade levels, they'll kind of branch off into multiple skills. Speaking of skills, use your skills. One reason why I like the reinforcements is that they are able to stand there for quite a while and deal damage and block enemies, and they recharge super fast. Like I said, you don't get any points for not using skills, so you might as well use them. I'm going to power up. You know what? I'm going to send armored golems. I'm going to just keep flooding the zone with different enemies because I like to be a dick like that. So it looks like they're having a little bit of a struggle right now. They're down to 1 heart. I got 3 hearts. And I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Boom. Oh, I actually didn't even need to use the skill on the coin guys. So, upgrade. Upgrade this guy. Once the characters hit level 3, you can typically unlock all kinds of new, rare, devastating skills with them. I'm going to send... It's starting to get a little crowded, so I am going to use the vines to slow them down and do some damage. Send in my heroes. Just pop their dragon, though, so that is definitely... Oh, looks like they lost their last heart. And I just lost my first heart at the same time. So only 2 hearts instead of 3. So less trophies, possibly less coins. But you know what? Who cares? A victory is a victory. So use your skills wisely and keep making adjustments. And don't think that you're going to earn any points for holding your skills back. Use them quite literally as often as possible. And especially use your attack type skills to smash the enemies that carry extra coins. You'll know who they are because they have a little coin icon over their head. If you smash them, you'll earn a ton of coins at once. And the faster you get your coins, the faster that you can build your defense towers, meaning the the more cumulative damage you'll be able to do with them. Oh, let's claim missions. And I'm going to show you one more thing before I go. Battle. I'm not going to finish out this whole battle. I just want to show you a tip. If you build your towers smart, you pretty much never need to sell them. And selling them doesn't get you the full amount of coins back. But it can be a good way to correct a mistake if you decide to change your strategy. I'm going to call a dragon. All right, put her back there. Move your people around wisely. So if you tap a barrack, hit the blue flag, you'll be able to change your placement, or you can just tap and drag. You don't have to hit the blue flag button. You can just do the tap for quickness. Also, test out all of the level 3 skills before you decide which ones are your favorites. I tend to particularly enjoy the homing missile. Boom, get the coin guys. Bomb, magic thing, and archer. Sometimes getting off to a fast start is quite literally the best possible strategy. And don't be shy with your skills. Okay, where was I going with that? Looks like the person up above, Gabe the Babe, is having a little trouble with all the crap that I've loaded their board with. So, in my opinion, loading the opponent's board with armored golems and dragons and magic golems and all that other crap is a pretty easy way to win, even against tougher opponents. Broodmother, that's another one. All right. Boom. And boom. Lots of coins. Lots of damage inflicted. Lots of fun. All right. Try also to build your towers in as even of a set of numbers as possible. What am I not... Okay. This time I actually have an odd number of stuff. So I'm just going to build 3 of something. Or I just did. Oh, and you don't have to worry about your enemy getting more gold if you load their board with enemies, because the enemies that you send over to their board do not give gold. I generally don't recommend using the ghosts, though, for the most part, because they don't take a whole lot of effort to kill. All right. Speaking of effort to kill, I'm going to kill this video. This is Game Hydro. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And let us know if you want to see more stuff and more info and more content about this game. All right.